Hi, and welcome to another episode of our podcast. I am so excited because we did the Boss Ladies Gala on November 3rd, 2022, and it was a huge success. But a lot of work, a lot of late nights went into it. And I'm talking to Yolonda Carey. She is a multi real estate investor, and she was actually our MC for the gala. Beyond that, she and I worked tirelessly multiple nights trying to pull this off. And I'm so thankful for how it came out because a lot of people had great things to say. But today, Yolanda and I are going to be diving deep into what all went into making this gala a success and giving you a tip of what's to come for 2023. So, without much ado, I am going to bring in Yolanda. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm doing well. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. It's so always so great to talk to you. I feel like we were talking a lot before the gala, and then suddenly after the gala, we were like, huh. And then we like didn't talk for like a couple of days. And it's like, wait a minute. Like I miss
Felt like
talking to you every day.
yes, felt like something was missing because we were communicating so many times and for so long. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh my goodness. All right.
it's like I missed my sidekick.
Right, exactly. All right, before we get into it, because I know we have a lot to talk about, I would like for you to just introduce yourself because I know you are multifaceted, you're very multi-talented, and actually I forgot to mention that you're also one of our boss ladies for 2022, which I'm super excited about. Thank you so much for being a part of that. So yeah, tell us about yourself so that the audience know who you are before we dive into this.
Oh, thank you. So, of course, I'm Yolanda, and I just moved to the area recently here in Indy. And I'm a mother, daughter, sister, um, and I'm also a multifamily real estate investor, and I do a lot of other things. I'm also a soprano opera singer,
Yes.
and yeah, and so I'm an entrepreneur. So, and I'm also retired. I retired from the federal government 30 years,
Wow.
and living life, loving life after retirement. And so, hey, I'm just here doing my thing.
Yes, and I love that you are all of that and more. That's
Mhm.
one of the things I love about this campaign and honoring women and supporting women and celebrating women, which you are a prime example of that. And not only that, you were the MC of the gala and you did an amazing job because I was like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna give everything to you. And you were like, you pulled it off. You did an amazing job.
Yes, and it took a lot of courage for you
Mm.
to trust me with the first gala because you did not know, or had seen me in action or knew that I could do that, But we
Mhm.
spent so much time together, and I knew what your vision was,
Yeah.
and I knew, how you wanted things to flow and everything. And I've done it, emceeing or just getting up in front of a group of people many times. And so, hey, it just came out nice.
I know.
It came
You
out
were so
perfectly.
natural. You were so natural. And I'm not quite sure how I feel about speaking, in public. I'm
Mhm.
still learning, I'm still growing in that regard. But you were like natural. I was like, oh my god. And you actually gave me courage too. I remember when we were planning this and all of the ideas that you were bringing to the table, I was like, oh. And so when we started talking about who's gonna do the MC, I was like, well, why are we even looking any further? Because what we're gonna do. And I was like, I was just so happy to give that job to you. I was like, yes, you got it.
Yes.
Take it.
Yes, I considered it an honor, to be the first person to MC. I'm always going to remember that, and so I'm looking for bigger and better things for next year's gala.
Yes, yes. All right. So tonight we want to kind of go a little bit deep dive because a lot of people saw, the finished product, right? And
Yes.
we are thankful that we had such a successful first gala, but a lot of things went into planning it. Oh my God, I remember those late night calls, and I
Yes.
feel like the days just ran into the night, and the night ran into the day, and so many different ideas, things that we needed to come, get ready to make it such a great event. So, all right. So what are some of the memorable things that you remember about planning this gala?
Well, we would start like at 8 o'clock at night talking on the phone, and
Right.
we wouldn't get off the phone until like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning on some
That's
nights.
right. Yes.
Yes,
Oh
and yeah, that was a lot. And
my.
then just yeah, and then just trying to make sure everything was in order.
Mhm.
Visiting the event space,
Yes.
before the event, and making
Mhm.
sure that we had a lot of space, and we had things set where we wanted them to be. We
Right.
wanted to make sure we highlighted the boss ladies
Yes.
and their photos on the easels. So we wanted
Mhm.
to make sure that they were strategically placed in the
Yes.
event space.
Yes.
And we wanted to make sure we wanted everyone to have like, and then that was your vision, everyone to have a great time, a memorable event. We wanted them to have fun.
Yes.
And we were just trying to think of so many things that would create that atmosphere.
Absolutely. Yes. I remember for me, it was like walking into that space. So
Hmm.
for months I've been thinking about what this gala would look like, which is like the culmination of the actual campaign itself, which,
Yes.
I've been photographing women throughout the year. And so I wanted it to be like a really beautiful experience. And when I walked into that space, I was like, wow. And I was like,
Yes.
this is the perfect space. And I didn't know that space existed. As a matter of fact, they had just opened maybe a couple of years ago, as
Mm.
far as I know. So it was just perfect. Like the entryway, it was perfect for the easels with the photos and the red carpet, and then you walk into the actual event space itself, like so beautiful. We
Yes.
went back and thought about what kind of decoration, whether we did we even need decoration,
Yes.
and we
Yes.
were like, do we didn't want to use the top because the upstairs because we thought that so everybody to be together, but then we ended up using upstairs. Like it
Yes.
was just like, oh, that the event space for me was just it, which it's also getting me excited about next year's event space because obviously we're going to go bigger.
Oh,
uh,
yes.
we had to actually turn down so many people that were willing to attend because we just couldn't fit a lot of people in that space.
Right,
And
right.
so yeah, and I also like the cocktail hour, the networking hour. For me, that was so
Yes.
important for people to come and meet people. I really wanted those connections to happen. So
Yes.
yeah, and then the glam studio, that was your idea
I just gonna
actually.
say that one. Yes, it was. It was my idea, glam
Yes.
studio, because I mean, when we were doing Boss Ladies, at your studio, I
Uh-huh.
mean, that's what we were doing. We were getting all glammed up for our photos, and we had the chocolate covered strawberries and the whatever drinks you want, the champagne, wine, or whatever you provided. And we wanted to make
Right.
sure everybody had that same experience at the gala.
Yes, yes. And it worked so perfectly because they had that space right in front. So people are before they walk the red carpet, they can visit the glam studio. And we had like the two hair and makeup artists that I worked with throughout the campaign there. So people can still see familiar faces as well as especially the boss ladies too. So that was really nice. And then the chocolate covered strawberries, we had to bring that too, because it was
Absolutely.
an element from the campaign itself. So yeah, that was really nice. Really
Absolutely.
like that.
Yes, yes, and the location event, the Iron and Embers, you mentioned, it was beautiful, the one in Carmel, yeah.
Yes, very, very beautiful. So, let's talk a little bit about like how we came up with the agenda. Like because like you were saying, we wanted to we're very thoughtful about what went into it. The prayer, the keynote speaker, like obviously highlighting what Dove does because that was a big part of the agenda to or the campaign itself.
Yes,
Generally, our
yes.
goal was to raise $10,000 for them, and also honoring and celebrating the ladies. Like, do you want us like? Do you remember anything in particular that like while we were coming up with that agenda, or like even the order of it?
Yes. So, well, we wanted to make sure that, first of all, there were a lot of things that were going to go on that night. And
Yes.
so we wanted to make sure that, they were in strategic order. And we did have a little help from some other events. And so we were able to kind of, pick and choose how we wanted to set things out. and
Mhm.
and I think we just kind of brainstormed how the order was going to be, in the gala because we had so many things to fit in there.
Right, right.
Yes.
I
Mhm.
love the music too, our choice of music. Because remember we were, like, trying to figure out what music played at different times when the
Yeah.
things were coming up. I really, like, enjoyed that
Yeah,
too.
so I came up with the idea that each speaker and each person that got up there need their own theme music,
Right,
So
yes.
mine was Girl on Fire.
Right, and of course, mine was like, "Who Runs the World, Girl?" Like,
Yes.
oh, I love that song. So yeah, that
Yes.
was
Yeah.
really nice.
That
Yeah,
was that was
and
a lot of fun putting
yes,
that
it was.
together. Yeah, and so, that's kinda how we put the, event together. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah,
Mhm.
and then I was also thinking about the speeches too because, we wanted to make sure that we highlighted all the things we needed to say. Obviously there's so many people that came together to make this happen. Our sponsors,
Yes.
auction item donors, Dove, and so we wanted to make sure volunteers too,
Yes. Yes.
so we wanted to make sure that we thanked everybody, we highlighted everyone. And speaking of volunteer, I remember like a few days before we had one of our last meetings and we were like, oh, we need about 15 volunteers. And I was like, oh my God, where do we get all
Yes.
these people from? And we ended up having like 20 volunteers, which was amazing.
Wow.
Like, in a short time period, which
Yes.
testament of how people just come together and make things
Yes.
happen.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that was
And
nice.
and the amazing thing was that we put the event on or put the event together in 2 months.
Yes, in 2 months. Oh
2
my goodness.
months. At first, I was
Mm,
like, 2 months, oh my gosh, but hey, we worked through it. We worked
yes,
on it, through it, and
yes,
we did it. So,
yes.
along with a lot of other people helped, not just you and me, because there were other
Oh,
people on the
planning committee.
yes, on the planning
Mhm.
committee as well.
Yes,
Yes,
I was genuine to say that because we had that meeting every Wednesday,
yes,
and beyond that, you and I met, but like we had Evgenia on the call,
yes.
we had Terry on sometimes, but
Mhm,
we had like
mhm.
Karen joined. We had meetings with the volunteers as well, and then our event
Yes,
planner
the
Crystal
event
too.
planner.
Like, oh my goodness, yes,
Yes.
it was. It was a lot of meetings, but like just to imagine we pulled that off in 2 months.
Yes, we
Wow.
did, we did.
I was like, can you imagine how much more we can do in a year? Because we're already planning for next year.
Yes, yes, I'm so excited for that.
Me too.
Mhm.
So next year, I know that we haven't, I don't, okay, we've been talking a little bit about some of the things that we want to do for next year. And one of the ideas that have come up is like vendor booths. What do you feel about
Oh,
that?
yeah. Oh, I love the idea of vendor booths, so that more people can, show their products
Yes,
and, and we highlight their businesses and things like that because this is what this is all about, the boss
ab-
ladies,
absolutely.
showing women who are entrepreneurs or professional women and supporting each other. So I think
Absolutely.
that's an excellent idea to have vendors there and I'm sure you will tell them if you know of any vendors or you want to be a vendor, contact you for
Absolutely.
next year's
So,
gala because it's going to be amazing. You think
oh,
this gala was amazing? No, next year's gala is going to be really amazing.
it's gonna be amazing. I mean, like we can't really speak too much about the location because we're still working on it. But
Yes,
immediately after that, the gala, we met like was it on Tuesday or
yes,
so, and then we were started looking out for location, which the venue, the next venue, because we just knew we needed to go bigger. And
yes.
so I'm really excited about this venue. We're still working on it, so we can't really say too much yet because we
That's
don't want to
right.
be like but it's gonna be like once we get that place and we have everything all going, like it's gonna be perfect for the number of people that we're anticipating to be there, for
Yes.
vendors, for just networking and just getting
Mhm.
everyone on. I mean, like it's gonna be so great, and I cannot wait
Yes.
to have.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah. One of the other things I really liked about the 2022 is the magazine launch too. Like it's for me that was
Yes.
a big one and first one too. So, and it was just well received too.
That magazine was amazing, and you did such a great job on that magazine. I
Thank
mean,
you.
in such a short amount of time as well,
Oh,
because
sleepless nights.
you you were doing that to the last minute.
I was, I was like, I really wanted to. There was just so many different things that went into it, and I was like, oh my goodness, I gotta get this on, I gotta. And I guess I just had an idea of what I wanted it to look like, and
Mhm.
so many things was happening, but I still needed to make sure that I got to the printer at the right time. So they actually printed it like I would say about 4 days before the gala.
Oh,
That's
wow.
when the magazine got printed. Like it was
Yes.
so last minute because a lot of changes, like you just needed to be right for the first one too. So yes.
Yes, it is it is so beautiful, and I've shown it to a lot of people, and they have complimented it, and it is just amazing, and actually, that's actually award-winning magazine, so I suggest to put it up against something out
Thank you
there.
so much.
Yes, it is. I say put it up out there and see if it'll compete with other magazines. I'm telling you, it is that fantastic.
Thank you.
And
So I
all
was
the articles for the boss ladies, and it's just
yeah,
nicely laid out, and all the bios for the boss. I mean, it is just really beautiful.
very,
The
very,
first
and I
part, yes,
yeah, and then I think that obviously a lot of things went into that, but for me also just sharing those stories of you
yes,
all and your journey, your successes, your challenges, because we really wanted this magazine to inspire people,
yes,
and also marketing too, because it's a great marketing tool. So
yes,
so if you're out there, if you're interested and wondering, I'll put the link, in the comments so you can see it. It's also still available for sale if you're interested in getting that. But I think for me, the stories, it was so important to get those right because it's the meat and potatoes, if you if you will,
yes,
of the magazine, just sharing that
yes,
story to inspire others too. So yes.
yes. It
Really.
is really, it's really a work of art.
Thank
It
you.
really
Thank you.
is. It really
Yeah.
is.
Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Mm,
Let's see. I also wanted to talk about Dove too. So a
yes,
big part of what we did was to raise funds to support Dove Recovery House, which is a nonprofit organization here in Indiana that supports women that are recovering from alcohol, substance abuse, sexual, and so many other things like that. And we watched a video, and it was so moving, so touching. The video is on YouTube, and I'll make sure to include the link to that video here about the incredible work they're doing to change the lives of women. So for me, that was so moving. Even though I already knew about Dove and worked with them for the entire year, but just
mhm,
hearing Wendy, the CEO of Dove, speak about all the work that they're doing and their new
yes.
location in Jasper was just so moving.
Yes, that is so true. I mean, I loved her speech and those statistics that she gave, about the number of people that they help and they serve.
Yeah,
I didn't know any of that, and there are so many women that really need their help, and that's
absolutely.
what they're doing, and that was the reason why, I think you chose to highlight Dove because of the great work they're doing in the community for women.
Right. And it's all absolutely free. They depend on generous donations from people, corporations, businesses. So, I'm going to put the link to their website in the link in the comments. So that way, if you feel led, especially with the holidays coming and you want to donate or, give, please consider donating to Dove because they're doing incredible work to help women just get back. They give a lot of free resources, free home to stay. Sometimes some of the women stay there for almost 2 years, which is,
Yes,
for
yes,
free, and they help them
yes.
get back into the community, find a
Mhm.
job and all of those things. And I like that some of them, after they've gone through their recovery journey, they then work at Dove to help other women too. So that's
Yes,
like,
that was amazing.
yes, I really like
Yes,
that.
and they
Wow.
also the guest speaker,
Yes. I was
Angie
going to say that. Go ahead. Yeah.
Angie, yes, uh-huh, she was amazing.
Amazing. Yes.
Yes,
I
yes.
talked to her a couple of days ago too, and she just also had an event, the Purple Live event,
Mm,
last week Saturday, and was a very very successful first event as well too. So I'm really excited about that. But just for me, it was so important to tie finding your purpose with
yes,
what we were trying to do. Like a lot of women, already have their purpose, but so many more are still looking to find what their real purpose is. So,
Hmm.
for some people listening to that would be a reminder, of pursuing their purpose, but for some others, it's a good reminder to say, okay, you know what, I need to figure out what my purpose is and how I can do better or achieve what God has called me to do.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. Yes, she was an awesome speaker, and I think I could have listened to her a little longer.
Right. Yes. So I was talking to someone just like right before we got on, and I asked her. She was part of the. She came to the event, and I said, "What was your favorite part?" She was like, "The prayer. When we started with prayer, that was like for her just one of the best part of it." So I was like, "Oh," and that
Um,
was so important because we had to start with God. Like I'm a
yes,
Christian, so for
yes,
me, everything starts and ends with God, and
yes,
so it was so I'm so grateful to Pastor Sally Thompson for just taking that role on and opening us with prayer and also blessing the food too. So
yes,
yes,
yes, yes. Absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely.
that was nice.
Um, Another highlight of the event that I enjoyed was the DJ.
Yes, our DJ has so much energy. I
He had
love, love,
so
love,
much
love the
energy.
DJ. Yes, yes. So a little bit about that. When I was looking, so the venue, we had to use their vendors. And so I went online and I was researching a little bit about all the DJs. They had four options to choose from. And I think he has done such an amazing job with his social media because he shows videos and clips from all of his past events. And the theme from what I saw was just how much energy he brought to the event and how it would get on the dance floor. I've never seen a DJ like that. And I was like, oh my God.
Right,
Oh
right.
yeah. I remember we wanted to put him upstairs. We were like, this is not gonna
I
work. We gotta
no,
put him up.
no. He was right where he was supposed to be over there, right? Get things
Absolutely.
started. Yes,
Yes.
so that was really nice.
That was very nice. One of
Yes.
the other things that for me was also the auction items. Like we had so many
Yes,
people donate so many things, so many
yes,
amazing things, and it
yes.
was just so. I mean, for me, like we had about 32 items.
Wow. And,
Yes,
and yeah, and so next event, it's gonna the sponsors and auction item donors, that we're looking for as well. So, yeah.
yes, yes,
Mhm,
absolutely. Yeah, we're looking for auction item donors. We're looking for sponsorships.
mhm.
Because we're going to be selling tickets, but we also want to be able to highlight businesses and corporations. So if
Yes,
you're out there, you're interested, or your niche or your target audience are women, this will be a great event to be a part of and help sponsor or even be a vendor booth owner or like get a vendor booth or
yes.
auction item too. So yes,
Mhm.
absolutely. I also like the two other things I am just thinking about here too. Actually, three. The door prizes. I thought we had some really great door prizes.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely. They were very nice, and I think people were really appreciative once they got their door prizes. And your
yeah.
sons helped choose the tickets. They
I,
love that.
I was gonna say that was my other thing. I was gonna say like everybody was like, "Your kids are so handsome, so cute." I was like, "Oh."
They were sharp
They
dressing.
really enjoyed being there. So yes, I love watching them and seeing them all dressed up, looking all like they're still young, like they're 8 and 9, but they look mature. They look
Yes,
good. So that
yes,
was good. Just good and yeah. They were tired by the time the night was over, but at least they had a lot of fun.
yes,
And
yes,
yeah. And also like the gifts that we had for the boss ladies too. I know that that was also well thought out. So I know we went back and
yes,
forth on what to include in the bags.
yes,
Some of it was I wanted to include something because I'm originally from Nigeria. So I wanted to include some things that speak to my heritage, my culture. So we had that bag,
yes.
and then we also had a one of the bus cities provide like cans of wine to
Mhm,
indicate wine that we serve during the session. But then
mhm.
also the part that I love the most, and I thank you so much for helping to make this happen, is the beautiful necklace that was customized for the ladies. Thank you. So, do you want to tell us about that? Because I know this is one of your business, so this is definitely something I wanted to speak to.
Yes, yes, that's one of my businesses of one of many. But
Yeah.
anyway, yes, divingiftsforyou.com
Mhm.
is
Mhm.
my e-commerce business website. And so I had the honor of designing and the Boss Ladies necklaces and message card for the event.
Oh my.
And they came out beautifully. So the words were Victoria's words that she wanted the boss ladies to know about how she felt about them, during the campaign. And so the words were just beautiful. And each boss lady got a necklace as a
Yes.
result of being a boss lady.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
yeah.
And you help make that happen because excuse me, like I was saying, we were very thoughtful about what went into the bags. And, when we were going back and forth, we already had the purse, which is,
Mhm.
every woman needs an extra purse because why not,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And then, it was like, so, when the idea came or when you mentioned that, the necklace and also the fact that it's customizable for me, it was like, oh my God, absolutely. Because who doesn't want one? Who doesn't
Yes.
need one really?
Mhm.
So, and one of the ladies that I spoke to, Geneva Taylor, she's the managing director and owner of Telus Executive Search. She was one of our boss ladies too. She emailed me the day later and she was like, I'm wearing my necklace and I have my bag and I look so chic. And so I was like, oh, that's so beautiful.
That
Yeah,
is amazing.
yes, yes. I'm so happy. I'm so
Yes,
happy.
yes.
We were really thoughtful about it and I'm glad that it's adding to the collection and just being able to use that too. So that was really nice.
Yes, and I love the bag too. The bag was gorgeous, and
Thank
and
you.
and the bag was designed and made by your sister
Yes,
in
yes,
Nigeria,
yes, she
and
did.
she shipped that all the way over here
Yes.
for the boss lady. So
Oh
that
my
I
God.
think that was amazing because
Thank
I
you.
mean the bags are just really
Thank
nice
you.
bags.
Yeah,
Yes.
I wanted to. So they're made out of one of the most expensive or like cultural fabric that we have in Nigeria, and
Mhm.
usually people wear them for weddings or like big occasions. So when I saw that she had that, I was like, oh my God, I've never actually seen them made used for other things than outfits.
No, okay.
So so she's a designer, so she's a fashion designer. She actually made my dress too. So oh my goodness.
Oh, that dress
Yes.
was amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh,
Yes. Oh, you should have seen. I was like measuring myself, trying to make sure I got my, my measurement correct. And but she did an amazing job. So yes,
that
I'm
was
very
beautiful. That was beautiful.
thank
Yes,
you.
it
Thank
was.
you.
Wow.
And I have to mention Marty J. Styles too. Excuse me here. She helped me complete the look. So my sister sent me the dress after she'd made them, but then I still needed to get the necklace and the shoe and all the different pieces and everything like that. And I was like, oh my God, I don't have time to go. I didn't even know where to shop because at that time it was getting so close to the gala. There's still so much work to do. And I called Marty and she was like, you need to get this, and that. I was like, oh my God. So I'm really excited about working with her this year with the 2023 campaign. She's going to
Nice.
be our main stylist, so
Oh,
everybody would
nice.
get a chance to work with her. She's an incredible stylist. She would make you looking and feeling fabulous because she gets the styles that fit you. And
Oh,
one of the
wow.
things that I've learned from her is that any like when you buy your clothes, buy something that fits you regardless of the size or like when you get a really great fit, like you would feel like $1 million. So
Yes, yes.
yeah, so that was
That's
really, really
amazing.
nice. Yeah, I'm really excited about working with her. So
Mhm.
yeah, I mean it was such a great first event.
And you know what else?
Mhm.
At the end of the gala, the auction items were the number of people that won the auction items.
Yeah.
you know, so
Oh,
that was really cool because people were standing around waiting, to hear if they, because they bid on the products that they wanted, and so at the end that they all were told, who the winners were from the auction. So that
Yes.
was really great too.
Right. That's exciting.
Mhm.
Just I bet the waiting part was not as great because you're like, "Hey,
Yeah,
so
I
much
know. They were
money."
so yeah, they anticipated. It was like, "Oh my gosh, hurry up, hurry up." When you gonna call the winners. So,
Right, right. And we
but
were busy dancing too because the music.
yes, we were. And another highlight I thought was great was the introducing of all the boss ladies at the
Yeah.
event, and then
Yeah.
having everyone to come up for a photo op.
Yes.
That
That was
was really
really
nice as well.
Yes, I agree. Yes,
Mhm.
that was really nice. So, I'm just thinking about some of the other things that we wanted to do next year as well. Just highlighting the ladies even a lot more. Maybe
Yes,
including them
yes,
in the forefront, like even in the entryway, so that people can
yes,
see them and get to meet them because she's
yes.
done a great job. And also, maybe even including the 2022 Boss Ladies too, because
Yes,
yeah, I
absolutely.
would love
Yes, because we
to
can
do.
pay it forward, you
Yes.
know,
Absolutely,
and
yes.
celebrate with the boss ladies of 2023.
Yes, yes. Yeah, I love that. Someone asked me if actually Hazel, who is in the on the cover page
Cover.
of the
Mhm.
magazine, she's like, "Can I have that printed?" I was like, I didn't think about that. So I'm gonna be getting a copy of the because it's the first one. I'm gonna
Yes,
get a big, like have it blown up and I'll put it on my wall here. Just I
absolutely.
love that cover too, and I made her do all kinds of things for me to get that perfect shot. I was like, can you like move your head over here and then move? She was very patient with me when we were doing the photo shoot. So yeah,
That's
Hazel, by
awesome.
the yeah, she's the Hazel is the queen of BNI. We call her the queen of BNI or and networking. She's the franchise owner of BNI Indiana and British
Oh,
Columbia, Canada. Yes, so
oh,
she's
wow.
yes, she's
That's nice.
yes, she's an author of the book Networking and Sex. So that's a very great, interesting title for a book, and the book is also very good too.
Okay.
But yeah, so I just love everything that she does with networking because she gets it, and she helps
Mhm.
people build their businesses because it's also about networking.
Yes,
Marketing is also about networking. So that's
yes.
that's amazing.
And actually, that's how you and I met.
Yes, yes, I
We
remember
were
that.
we were
Yeah.
networking at an event, and
Yes.
we met, and hey, the rest is history, as they said. That was earlier this year.
I know, right? It's funny how like you never know, and that's one of the things that for me, I really wanted the event to be about meeting people that will change your life.
Yes,
That connection for me is so critical. And like you're saying, we met at this event. I think it's an online event. It's called
yes.
Evolve, and
Mhm.
I wondered. So when I joined that the Zoom call that day, and I realized that majority of the people were from all over the place, and I was thinking to myself, why am I even in this call? Because like I'm a photographer and I'm a local
Yes.
photographer here in Indiana, so I'm not
Mhm.
quite sure how. But then when we met, and then you mentioned that you'd moved to Indiana fairly recently too,
Yes.
and then I was like, wow. So anyway, we started talking about all the other networking event that we could go, and then you went to one of them, but I couldn't make one of the ones that we were talking about. And then you met some other people that I know, and
Yes.
then it was like, do you
Yes.
remember this? I was like, yeah. And then just oh my goodness. And then look at us again,
I
like
know, so true, and a lot of them came to the gala event, so it was good to see them again.
absolutely, absolutely.
Mhm.
So yeah, sometimes that one connection can just change the trajectory of your life, for the
That's so
better.
true.
So
So true.
for me, connections are so important. I'm so thankful
Mhm.
that you're in my life. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm grateful to be in yours as well. We're
Yeah.
sisters for life now.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we're gonna start our course very soon because we're planning 2023
Yes,
already. So we
okay.
have so many great things in store. Again, sponsorships are open. If anyone is interested, I mean, and the tickets, we're gonna announce that it's gonna be on because we're gonna try and do marketing earlier this year. So
Yes.
that we can know exactly how many people and we can better plan for it, food
Mhm.
and all of that good stuff too. So I'm really, really excited about 2023
I
gala.
am too. I am
Yeah.
too.
Oh, this has been so much
It
fun. Oh my goodness. It
Yes.
was so nice talking to you.
Nice
I,
talking to you as well.
I cannot wait for us to do this again in 2023 and beyond too, obviously.
Yes, yes, yes. This is just the beginning.
This is just the beginning. So, so nice. So, if you're out there, if you're wondering, we're going to put information about the Boss Ladies Gala. You can be a part of the campaign. This year, I'm looking to photograph another 50 Boss Ladies, and I know you're all out there, killing it in your field. We have so many incredible things as part of the package, including speaking opportunities, being featured on the podcast, a video, your own personalized magazine, obviously the 4-hour photo shoot experience, which is a celebrity photo shoot experience with professional hair, makeup, wardrobe styling. We serve wine and chocolate covered strawberry. It's just an amazing time to come and be pampered, and we're creating beautiful images for your brand. And then the capstone of it is obviously the gala. We're also going to be choosing a nonprofit organization that we will support this year, and we want to do so much with them. We're not sure. We haven't decided yet, but we're going to be supporting an organization that helps women.
Mhm.
So we're so excited about that. We cannot wait to share more information. So stay tuned and make sure you're following on all social media platforms, because a lot of information is going to be coming, and you want to grab your tickets soon as possible, as well as sponsor or get your vendor booths as soon as possible before they're all out. So um 2022 2023 Boss Ladies campaign is already on the way. If you're interested, make sure you reach out for a free consultation and we can get you started. Thank you so much, Yolanda. I always love talking to you. I know we're going to be doing this every single week, so I'm
Yes,
looking forward to it. But
absolutely.
yes, it's such an amazing time talking to you, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening.
Thank you so much. You as well.
Thank you.